All right, welcome to the Coach Mac Show, special edition, episode 5. We're out here at Maiden Field. Just watched the Maidens defeat the Clinch County Lady Panthers 13-3. Coach Mac, I appreciate you joining us out here this evening.
No problem. It's great to be back, and I guess it's nice to have a different venue this week. So
nice weather out here. I'm usually sweating and all, in the gym and everything over there at the office, but we're out here, nice breeze, wonderful weather. Talk a little bit about Ware County Friday night, Coach. The game didn't quite go like we would like to have had it go, but we got some valuable positives out of it.
Yeah, the game, we were going into the game, we will talk to the kids about winning no matter who we play. Like I told the kids, we don't schedule a team to lose to them.
Right.
And that was not our intention, was to lose to Ware County. Our intention was to go out and win the football game.
Right.
But also our intentions were to go out and play hard for 48 minutes, which I think we did. We didn't let up. We kept playing all the way to the end.
Yes, we did.
We made a lot of, I told the kids after the game, I said, the thing that bothers me the most is not the score, the fact we lost. The thing that bothers me is that we did not play smart football at times. We really played some dumb football at times. And you saw throughout the game we made mistakes that irregardless of who we were playing, we could have been playing the worst school in the state or a good 5A school like Ware County. These mistakes we were making just are not the kind of mistakes you can make to be a good football team.
Okay.
So those are some things we were really concerned about. Our offensive production wasn't real good. Defense, we would make great plays on defense, and then we'd give up the big play.
Yeah.
Their first 2 touchdowns came in plays of 25 yards or more, which, big plays we just gave up. We were giving up. We were doing great, play in and play out, but then the big plays what really got us.
Yeah, just a little bit more consistency on defense there.
Yeah, and like I said, we talked about in the scrimmage versus Pierce County, the big play, poor technique, poor alignment, poor communication amongst the guys on the field of what coverage we're in and so forth. That was really some breakdowns there.
Yeah, the positives out of the game, at least initially, it looked like we were going to move the ball. Savage had a couple of good carries. Good kickoff return to open up the game.
Yeah, there was some positives. Some of the positives we felt, it wasn't. There was some individual plays that were positive, but in the overall scheme of things, I felt like our rush defense, we only ran the ball for 46 yards, which wasn't good. We threw the ball for 47 yards, which isn't good. Yeah. That's not a good night, no matter where you put it. I guess some positives would have been Trey Harrington's punting the ball. He punted the ball 5 times for 201 yards. That's a 40-yard average. That's really good. That's the kind of punch you watch a college football game and you'll take that average.
Oh, yeah.
So Trey's punting at times really helped us flip the field, got us out of some bad situations. So we were real pleased with that. As far as negatives in the game, our overall rushing wasn't real good. We ran the ball 26 times for 46 yards and gave up. That's an average of 1.8. And on defense, they rushed the ball for 38 yards for 221 yards and 3 touchdowns, and that's 5.8 yards a carry average.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot of those were big plays. In throwing the football, we had some problems in the passing game. Some of it was protection, some of it was pre-snap read. Like I told Trey Harrington, I said so often in games like this, everybody wants to focus on what the quarterback did or didn't do. And also they want to focus in on sometimes what the coaching staff did or didn't do. But really, you got to look at it as a complete package.
Yeah.
We did have some mistakes at the quarterback position, but we had just as many, if not more, mistakes on the offensive line. We had just as many, if not more, mistakes at the receiver position, them running the wrong routes or them not hitting their landmarks. Our passing game set up a lot of landmarks we tried to hit, and we didn't do a good job there. So I guess our lack of productivity in the run game and the pass game could be a real team effort. It wasn't no one individual thing there. We threw the ball for 128 yards, which isn't terrible. That's just about normal. Maybe a little bit more we'd like to have from that. We threw the ball at 50%. Trey had no interceptions again, took care of the ball there. Receiving, C.J. Maynor CJ's right now our leading receiver. CJ's really, came on his senior year. This is his last year playing football for us, and has really done a good job at wide receiver. He kind of came out of nowhere for us, and has really done a good job receiving for us. And also Dave Ron Reed, number 17, a junior who's 6'2", who he loves the game of basketball. He's a good basketball player, but the truth be known, he might be more of a college prospect down the road at football than basketball. He also came up with a couple catches, so we're pleased with those guys' development. We didn't even see those guys in the spring being that active in the passing game. So, again, offensively, not really what we want. Yeah. Defensively, we gave up the big plays. In special teams, our kickoffs, we only kicked off one time, and it was awful. We tried an onside kick, and it was awful. But bright spot would have to be Trey Harrington punting the football. And also a bright spot, T.J. Wilson was our leading tackler with 7.5 tackles. I felt like our 3 inside linebackers, led by Brent Wiles, our best defensive football player, Brent, T.J. Wilson, and also Lance Thompson, those 3 guys inside, I felt like did a pretty good job, and I'm really pleased with the job that those guys are doing. At the outside linebacker spot, Ryan Young, I felt like had another really good game. We had some breakdowns in the secondary. We had some breakdowns on the other side over at the other outside linebacker spot that needs a lot of work. And on the defensive line, I felt like we had some big plays by Zach Davis and Drake Gillis, but also on the defensive line, we had some real breakdowns as far as our angles and the way we want to come off the football. We don't want them to come upfield so much, and they did and gave up some big plays there. So a lot to work on, a lot of inexperience, like we talked about earlier, and also a lot of young kids. And also speaking of young kids, Toby Dasher, also known as Michael Dasher, his nickname's Toby. Michael, who's a freshman, had really a big game on the defensive line, and I told him, I said, you made some great plays, but don't think you're good until I tell you.
There you go.
I don't want him getting the big head, but because he's only a freshman, he's got a long ways to go. But again, there were some individual bright spots in the game.
Ware County's a huge program anyway, and for them to come down here to our place, I mean, huge significance as far as the community between the two communities and all too.
Yeah, they have some really good tradition here of late. Last year as a 4A, which would be 5A this year, they made it, I believe, to the second or third round of the playoffs. Again, they look like a team that could win their region and go deep in the playoffs. Again, 5A, that's a big school compared to not only are we a single A, but right now we're one of the
small single.
Yeah, we used to be a big single A, small double, but right there now we're in the middle of this single A.
Yeah.
So at times our kids look like they really belonged on the field with these guys.
Yeah.
The big plays is what really killed us.
Yeah, I know there was a few instances where I thought we were going to get him in the backfield, get the running back in the backfield. He'd break that one corner, and head on down the field. With that, we're going to take a short break, come back, talk about, if you don't mind, we're going to talk about the points that we got, and where we're at on the. I know it's a little early to be talking playoffs, but where we're at on the playoff count,
good
point count. Appreciate it. It's Coach Mac Show. We'll be right back.
The Folkston Pharmacy, your original hometown pharmacy for over 45 years, is located at 3885 Main Street. At Folkston Pharmacy, we accept most major insurance coverage, including AARP, WellCare, Medicaid, AmeriGroup, and many more. We also have a $1 value aisle for everyday items such as health and beauty, cleaning, and even snacks. Stop by and check us out today. Now, let's go get 'em Indians. United First Federal Credit Union has been a part of Charlton County since 2001 and has been providing great service to our members since 1943. United First now offers mobile banking and email alerts. Mobile banking lets you check your balance from your cell phone, while email alerts notifies you when a significant event happens in your account. Both are easy to set up and are free to United First members. United First helps you afford life. All accounts are federally insured by NCUA. Okefenoke Rural Electric Membership Corporation offers more than dependable electrical energy at a competitive price. Quality service is provided by a friendly and professional staff trained to meet your every electrical power need, whether residential, commercial, or industrial. If you have any questions or need information, call us at 1-800-262-5131. Okefenoke REMC, owned by those we serve. A proud sponsor of this year's Indian football broadcast.
All right, welcome back to the Coach Mac Show, episode 5. Just got through talking about performances, your evaluation of the offense and defense in the first half. Now I thought, if you don't mind, Coach, we'll go over the playoff points we got playing Ware, and you spoke a moment ago off camera about the escape the game injury-free.
That's right. You know, the playoff points, which is important now. I mean, this is something completely new, something we've never had to deal with, was dealing in points for playoffs. But yeah, this is something completely new. We earned 8 points just by lining up and playing them. Actually, with Ware beating us, that's 1 more point. So actually, I guess we got 9 points for losing to Ware County. And everybody else in our region, I believe, had losses, but most of those losses came to small schools.
Yeah.
So actually, we came out of this week's play in pretty good shape compared to other schools.
It's weird to have a half smile on over a loss, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, we're not happy about the loss, but
no, obviously.
if we're trying to get in the playoffs at the end of the year, which is one of our goals, you got to be pleased that we did get, I guess, 9 points out of this. Mm-hmm. And of course, we think that Ware will go on to continue to win games.
Oh, yeah.
For every win they get, they'll get a point, and we'll receive a point. And then Bradwell coming in this week. I know we'll talk about Bradwell, but again, another 5A school.
Yeah.
18 points at stake right there. 10 for the win,
yeah.
8 for the classification, so that could be really big. But yeah, as far as the injuries, we came through the game completely injury-free, which playing a big school like this with several. Yeah, they had several players over 300 pounds on their team, on their offensive defensive line, which you saw. For us coming through injury-free, I think really contributes to our strength and conditioning program. Mm-hmm. Our kids lift the same weights that everybody else lifts. We run them hard. We work them hard in the weight room year-round, and I believe that's what really contributes to the fact that we can come out of a game like this injury-free. We talked about Will Gowan. Will has what amounts to is a very badly bruised foot. There's no breaks, no injury to ligaments or tendons in his foot. He has a very, very badly bruised foot, which the swelling, we couldn't get the swelling out. The doctors at Summit Sports Medicine really thought that he needs to stay out 1 week, which was last week, to get the swelling down. The swelling's down. He's going to see the people at Summit Sports Medicine this Thursday again. If they gave him a clear to go, he'll play some this week. He won't probably start. He probably won't play a whole bunch, being that his conditioning isn't where it probably should be. Yeah. So, but he'll be fine with that. And hopefully we're going to get back here in the next couple of weeks. We're hoping to get back Caleb Smith, which has been a big loss for us.
Yeah, Caleb, right?
Caleb Smith. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have that hearing aid. You know how I am, Coach. Talk about the upcoming with Bradwell. You spoke with that. Have you got an opportunity to evaluate them?
Yeah, Bradwell's a 5A team. We've played them now, it seems like several times. I know we've played them over the last few years. We've had a lot of success versus them. I don't think we've yet to lose to them. Last year I felt like talent-wise they were a much better football team we were, but we were able to go up to their place and beat them. This week we feel like that, you know, it's a team that we feel like we can compete against, like last week, but we also feel like if we play really well, we can have some success versus them. Of course, we talked about their 5A, which brings a lot of playoff points, again, just for lining up against them. Coach Jim Walsh has been the coach there for a long time. I know Jim very well, a good friend of mine, very good football coach. Offensively, they have a wing T background, but they're very multiple in what they do. They're a wing T team, but you will see them in the eye, you'll see them in the wishbone, you'll see them in the shotgun spread. They run all sorts of different types. It's a real hodgepodge of offense, so it's really, for us getting ready for it, we have to prepare for a lot of things. The biggest thing we have to prepare for is the formation, making sure we're lined up balanced, lined up to where we can defend everything out of any formation. That's been the big thing. They have a wide receiver that's very tall, number 85, like to get the ball to him. They have a running back, number 11, who's very skillful, has a lot of speed. Defensively, they're an odd man front. They like the 3-5 defense. Really, I think people will recognize it more as a 5-2 look, a defense. And you know, it's they have some speed, they have some depth. Again, a big school, very big school, 5A. And the thing, you know, in talking to the kids is, were down after the game that we didn't perform to what we felt like we should.
Yeah.
They were disappointed with the mistakes that we made, but the big thing is, like I told them, I said, we have another week to get better. This wasn't the last game of the season where you got to live with this all off season. We have a chance to get better this week against Bradwell, make fewer mistakes, make more plays, and really hopefully to continue to compete. And with that being said, hopefully we can have a good outcome. And we need a lot of positive fan support. Our kids really feed off that. You know, unfortunately, I don't hear it. I'm into the game. I got headsets on. I don't have to hear. My focus is really with everything straight ahead of me. I don't get to hear all the other stuff, which I'm glad. But, you know, last week when things didn't go well, I know that, I understand a lot of our kids heard a lot of negative feedback from the bleachers, which really I don't think is called for. I really think is bush leagued by those fans. You know, these kids volunteer to play football. If you want to pay your $7 and holler at me, that's fine. I can't hear you most of the time anyway. So, but it's really our kids need a lot of positive feedback, a lot of positive support.
Yeah.
They're kids. They're going to make mistakes, and we're making more mistakes than our fans and our coaches are used to. We're making an awful lot of mistakes right now. But again, I really stress from the adults to be adults and support our kids and support them in a positive way, and I think they'll respond a lot better to that.
Oh yeah, the kids don't want to hear all the negative. They're having a rough game as it was Friday night. They don't need to hear negativity out of the bleachers.
That's right, you know, and I know the coaches, we get on our kids, but like I tell our kids, I said, our kids understand, you know, first of all, our coaches love our kids, and we're going to coach them hard, and we're going to get on them, but also at the same time, we're going to, you know, give them a hug, pat them on the back, and tell them everything will be okay. But again, they don't, you know, they really need the positive feedback from the fans, and hopefully that's what they'll get.
Oh yeah, hopefully there'll be a big crowd out there Friday night. Yep. Watch us rebound, come off the Ware loss and rebound and collect those 18 points.
That would be great.
The 18 points, and we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back and wrap up the Coach Mac Show.
Radio Shack, located at 3885 Main Street, inside the Folkston Pharmacy, is your local Verizon Wireless authorized agent and Dish Network retailer. Radio Shack carries a variety of computers, tablets, smartphones, and other electronics. The Shack in Folkston is proud of our student athletes and wishes them the best of luck this season. Now, let's go get 'em Indians.
Babcock & Wilcox, a manufacturer of air filtration devices located in Folkston, Georgia since 1983, is proud to support the Charlton County athletic programs and the Band of Pride. The employees of B&W wish the Indians, Maidens, Braves, and Band of Pride good luck this season.
T&T Building Supply is located about a half-mile past US 1 and the 301 split, north of Folkston, right next to Taylor Timber Company. They have everything you need for your home improvement projects, with a wide selection of lumber, hardware, millwork, plumbing, and electrical supplies, concrete and masonry, power and hand tools, nails, and roofing supplies. They also have a large selection of mobile home hardware. T&T Building Supply is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet. All right, welcome back to the Coach Mac Show. We're doing things a little bit out of order here. That's my fault. We usually talk about the upcoming opponent last, and I did it out of order. We're going to talk about alumni around the country.
Really, you know, I haven't heard from a lot of them this week. I really don't know. I know, but one I do know had an incredible game was Adam Davis at Kansas State. They're in the top 25. They had a pretty hot University of Miami Hurricane team coming into Manhattan, Kansas. And I know in talking to him this week, he was fired up about that and excited about it because that was one of the bigger games they had coming into Kansas State. And he had a huge game. I believe he knocked the quarterback out of the game on a sack, caused and recovered another fumble. I know he was excited after the game. It was a huge win for them. Beat him, scored over 52 points, I believe, on Miami. And really show that they are a top 25 team. So Adam Davis had a great game. If anybody can catch him, play at the University of Kansas, he's number 55 now. His old number he had in high school, I think he wore 97 last year, but when he had an opportunity to get his old high school jersey back, that's what he wanted. He wanted to wear number 55. But he had a great game. And, of course, his brother's on the team, Tion Burroughs. And, of course, I talked to Tion today. Tion had a big smile, and I know his mama had a big smile about that game, and so we're really proud of the job Adam's doing. And we mentioned before, the most important thing, Adam's already a college graduate.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So he's getting to play college football, being a graduate, and working on his master's, so don't get any better than that.
I'm telling you what, you love to hear the positive stories. These kids taking advantage of their athletic opportunity to get the academic side.
And that's what it's really all about, the college level.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. All right, let's we'll talk about some local sports here. We're always, generally when we're with you, Coach, we're always talking varsity.
Yeah.
But we've got some B-team action coming up, and the Braves.
That's right, Tuesday, tomorrow. Tuesday, our junior high is going over to Camden. I know that our junior high played more of a sixth-grade game on Saturday over at Bacon County, and I think that went well, 116-0. Young kids that might not get to play as much, got on the field and had a really good time, I understand. At this time, they're going over to play, 7th and 8th grade football over in Camden. So I know they're looking forward to that, and look forward to hearing how they do that. Hopefully some people maybe can travel over there. And
they traveled well Saturday.
That's good.
I went Saturday. We had a good crowd.
That's great, and support them. And last Thursday we were supposed to have our first B-team game against Brantley here, but we had a strong rainstorm come through and really flooded the field, and I couldn't get out there. So we rescheduled that for this Thursday, right here, 5 o'clock, B-team. So hopefully we can get a bunch of folks out. Come watch the future Indians and actually some of the present Indians. We have some of the not really older guys, but some of the varsity guys will actually get a half of football in, work on some things. But mostly it'll be a lot of our freshmen and sophomores who don't get a chance to play on Friday night. So that's this Thursday here. Hopefully we'll have a big crowd out there for that.
Yeah, y'all come out and support the B-team Indians over there. Maidens will be over here. Both are at 5 o'clock, Coach?
Both of them at 5 o'clock. We have the Maidens right here. In varsity, we have junior varsity football over there. So we need everybody in Charlton County to come out and support one of the two. We don't care which one you come see. Just come see one of them.
Come see one of them, and don't worry about missing one if you're at the other one, because we're going to have them both recorded.
That's right.
We've got you covered there. Let's see, Coach, we talked B-team, Braves, Maidens. Is there anything we've left out around here today?
Just what's for dinner.
What's for dinner? What's for dinner? All right, Coach. Coach, I appreciate your time. Unusual venue tonight out here at Maiden Field. Once again, the Maidens beat Clinch County Panthers 13-3. Appreciate y'all watching the Coach Mack Show.